Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Giri Dharan, and I'm here to present to you, how to create value to healthcare using Web 2.0 based tools and technologies. We all know that healthcare cost is continuously rising. Government of Canada is currently spending over $47 billion, um, um, and they basically project that sometime end of 2018 this number will becomes a $62.5 billion. As we all know that we can definitely use e-health to automate some of the areas, to look at the current processes and then go and do some re-engineering on the processes and do some optimization on the processes, and etc. The same time, we also know that educating patients is one of the methodology that I think will bring lots of value, so that at least we can reduce some of the redundant stuff. We can at least patients may do their own research and then go back to the doctors with some great questions with using these doctors can avoid some unneeded testings and other processes. So and moreover, if you look at it today, what's happening is patients are also basically get together. They are basically forming groups. They are joining in various communities, and they're basically discussing various illness that they have, or their what do you call that, drug plans and etc., to find a formal optimized methodology. So now these kind of communities are example a social networking, a Web 2.0 based social networking communities. If I quickly define what the Web 2.0 is, Web 2.0 has many definitions, but rather than going into technical details, I just thought let's come with a simple definition. So the simplest definition about Web 2.0 is it's a collaboration. It's a collaboration tools and technologies, right? Web 2.0 basically comes with collections of tools and technologies that basically allow you to work together, right? And further, it allows an end user to go and create a web application, or go and create something like a blog without knowing the details of the web technical part of the website, or web creation process rather. Now, because of this, so what users are doing is anytime they have a question, anytime they feel they want to create a community, they go and they basically use these Web 2.0 based tools and technologies. They quickly create a blog without knowing anything about HTML or any other things, and they basically start creating content, right? In end of the day, becoming very powerful, where these content are now being used by researchers and other providers to understand and do research. So one of the example of that is the Patient Like Me. Patient Like Me was started some time ago. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers, but then it became such a powerful community site, where patients are going and sharing their illness, rather not only the illness but also their treatment plans, the treatment plan, as well as their experience that they're facing with the drug, as well as the disease. Now all these things are helping various pharmaceutical to various researchers to understand, as well as the doctors to understand, and do further research to find out how this could be resolved, or what will be the optimal or better treatment. Another example is Surgitech. Surgitech is a place where surgeons basically collaborate. They basically share their techniques that they used in the operating room. By doing so, what's happening is it is basically helping young and other surgeons, or the surgeons who are going to perform, for the first time, so the surgeon who have some questions, it's all, I mean, it is helping these surgeons to basically understand and find an optimal technique to perform the surgery. So in other words, if you look at it, all these things are basically reducing errors, all these things are teaching without any additional cost. All these things are basically allowing to improve the healthcare, right? And the last one is PDSA. It's another popular site that basically helps patients, researchers, and etc. With various disorders. So these are some of the examples of. I also want to quickly discuss about the results. So that was our results, is clearly showing that there's a massive growth on adaptability, adapting this and growing. We did a search based on healthcare and social networking, and we found lots of sites with various social networking and community sites where people are basically exchanging content. So so what we are basically seeing here is, we are seeing definitely there is a high adaptability in Canada as well as around the world of Web 2.0 based social networking tools and social networking collaborative tools, and it is being adapted by hospitals in province of Ontario. There are lots of literatures discussed, and there are lots of people are joining in various communities to discuss about their disease and etc. Now, what one of the thing that one of the thing we proposed was, you can as an hospital, you can also go and basically acquire a software, whether it's a hosted software, or you just go and buy an in-premises software from a company like Oracle, Microsoft, and IBM, etc., and deploy that software in the hospital for collaborative and social networking kind of solutions. So in other words, what we are saying is, instead of simply having one blog in their website or having some sort of a Twitter account or something, you can also have these kind of complete enterprise scalable social networking solutions. Means every social networking solutions or Web 2.0 based solutions will come out with a content management capability, and of course it will have social networking capability. It will have a composites capability. Composites capabilities are capabilities that will allow you to integrate with other applications, other hospital based applications such as the hospital's EMR and lab system, etc. As well as it comes with an enterprise search engine. Now I'm not showing the enterprise search engine example, but it also comes with an enterprise search engine as thing. The content management example basically allows you to host various type of content. These contents may be created by by a physician or by a researcher, by a patient or somebody, and when they capture this content, they can also go and upload the content, as well as they can also create taxonomies and folksonomies, and these taxonomies and folksonomies will help other patients to understand as well as it may create a relationship between these two patients. So in other words, if I am interested in something to do with some sort of a what do you call that, a healthcare kidney dialysis, and if I upload a document and if I tag the document as a kidney dialysis document, now if another patient is interested in some sort of a kidney or in diseases or dialysis, what the system will do is the system will go and alert. So one of the thing is one of the thing I basically proposed was, I proposed an example as a product like EMR or a product like Social Tech as an example. As a hosted solution, I'm also proposing, if you want a full-fledged enterprise scalability, a product like a SharePoint. Now, a product like SharePoint comes with what we call it as a My Site capabilities. So what I was proposing is, you can basically use this My Site to give to every single patient that every single patient. Means what's going to happen is the patients are coming to the sites and they are basically basically doing the things that they do normally in the PHR world. So So they're coming, they're uploading content, they may use it for discussions, they may use it for various other things. They may even create announcements and etc. Now what's going to happen is the vision here is, my vision was basically, if this kind of my site is, of course my site is part of the entire enterprise collaborative application. Now we also said about a feature called composite. So if this composite feature is used, then means what we are doing is we are integrating with an EMR or lab and other applications. Now what's going to happen is, now for physician's point of view, you're getting a 360 view about all about the patients. So physician, using the enterprise search engine, simply go and can do a search saying that, okay, I'm looking about something, or let's say John Smith. Now what the system is going to bring is, it's going to bring every content that is created by John Smith, every content that relates to John Smith, from all these informations are coming from the content management, the collaborative and the social networking component of this, let's say for an example like a SharePoint. And at the same time, the system also will bring EMR information directly to one single location. That's going to be, so it's going to right away say John Smith is the patient, what are the allergies, details, and the treatment that is on, and all this information to one single 360 view, right? So I'm basically saying is, yes, we all know the social networking is being adapted by the world and by the Ontario, by the hospital, by the providers, by the physician, by the patients. One of the things I'm proposing is, why don't we basically bring a social networking collaborative enterprise web 2.0 tool, deploy it in the hospital or host it somewhere else, and then why don't we integrate that with other hospital application, the hospital core clinical application such as the EMR and etc. By doing so, we get a complete view of everything, and we capture all this user created content to physician created and all this content in a one single location, right? Where the enterprise search engine can go and crawl everything, crawl. It can go and look at this content. It can even, if a content is stored, let's say if you take a Microsoft Word as a content inside the Microsoft Word or a PDF, you have a 20-page Microsoft Word or a PDF document inside that, lots of content is available. An enterprise search engine can go and crawl inside this document also. So if you look at it, the enterprise search engine can go and crawl inside this content. It can go and crawl the external applications which are integrated, such as an EMR laboratory, all these applications, the social networking application, all these things. And when a physician or another physician or provider search, you get a 360 view. At the same time, these kind of application also allow patient to patient, patient to physician, patient to provider collaborative environment, right? So rather it creates this kind of high complex collaborative environment. That's what I'm showing in the slide. And with that, I end my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.